What's up, Pinky Gang? It's your boy Zach, back with another video, and as you guys have seen by the title and the thumbnail, I'm bringing you guys the best lockdown build on NBA 2K21 current gen. Now this build, in my opinion, is actually better than the perimeter lockdown build. The perimeter lock build is nice, but this build just can do a little bit of everything. It gets really good finishing badges, you can get contact dunks and takeover after you get your overall up a little bit, you can shoot lights out with Hall of Fame shooting badges, you obviously are a really good lockdown, you get 80 ball control once you get this build up to like a 97, I believe. So this build is going to be an absolute demigod of a build, and once you grind it out, it is going to be an absolute beast. Before we get into the builder, make sure y'all drop a like and subscribe. Okay, sending me a squad invite. Make sure y'all drop a like and subscribe. If y'all are new to the channel, we post these build videos all the time, so if you guys like that type of content, make sure y'all sub up. You don't have to if you don't like rock with the vids, but hey, it'd mean a lot. We're on the road to 2.5k, but now let's get into the builder. Alright, so now we are in the builder, and for the position, what we want to do with this build, we do want to go point guard. We're going to be guarding ball with this build. If y'all want to make like an all-around lockdown, I could drop that video. That'd probably be more of like a pure lock pie chart, but this is like type of a better version of the perimeter lockdown, so that's why I like my builds with rare names, and we're going to go point guard if we're going to get this build. And it's a demigod. Handedness doesn't matter. I just prefer my players left-handed. Jersey number, we'll just pick a random one. How about 74? Why not? I don't know, just random number popped into my brain. Skill breakdown, like I said, you're gonna be a perimeter lockdown type of build, but you're not gonna be the actual name. But this build's a demigod. It's an absolute demon, and we're gonna go with this shooting and lockdown one right here. You probably can't make it with this pie chart. This is more of a like a true lockdown, a little bit of shooting. This one's more of like a well-balanced lockdown and shooting combo. Now for your physical profile, I highly advise you go the one with the all speed. If you want to have strength for whatever reason, you want to like be guarding the big man, I don't really advise it with this build, but some people like to do some weird stuff in 2K. But if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead and do that. But we're gonna go with the all speed chart. For our finishing, we're gonna max out our close shot, our driving layup, and our driving dunk. This gets us 3 finishing badges, which is enough to get like gold contact. You can get like a couple of bronze badges, maybe Lob City. Maybe you can get like acrobat, you get pro touch, consistent. Any of those badges work pretty well. And if you're using right stick on your finishing moves, which is kind of toxic, I'm not gonna lie, you can put on pro touch gold like I was saying, and you're not gonna miss when you get that pro touch on gold, and your driving layup and driving dunk is gonna be relatively high. So for our shooting, we're gonna get our mid-range right here at an 80. We cannot go any higher. If you want to go higher, you can get the two-way sharpshooter name, but I don't advise it. We're gonna go for this secret build name, man. It's gonna be a demigod. For the 3-point shooting, we're gonna max this out, and our free throw, we're gonna get this maxed out as well. And to get some more shooting badges, just in case, we're gonna get this right at a 60 rating. The reason we go right here, we do have some extra attribute points remaining when we're overall like completed with the build, so we're just gonna put it on our post fade right here, getting us 17. For our playmaking, we're going to max out our passing accuracy and our ball handle. This gets us a nice, well-rounded 10 playmaking badges, which is definitely enough to ISO if you know what you're doing. You only really need goal quick first step, maybe handles for days. Throw the rest on like either dimer or bailout or floor general, whatever you want. You are a point guard, so you do unlock those badges. But for our defense, we're going to max out our interior defense, our perimeter defense, our lateral quickness, and our steal. These are the main badges you really need to be able to lock down people. You don't really need interior defense. But to get some more extra badges, we're going to throw this on our defensive rebound, maxing that out and giving us a whopping 20 defensive badges. We don't have our block or offensive rebound. We're going to be a small type of guard. We're not going to be guarding any big men on this build. Like I said, we're going to get pro dribble moves. You're not going to be super tall getting pro dribble moves with this build unless you go like minimum wingspan, and we don't want to do that. That kind of like defeats the purpose of a lockdown unless you're trying to be like a hybrid, you know. So for our body shape, I personally like to have my players looking bigger, especially if I'm going to be a lockdown. I just feel like I take up more space, and if you want to set screens on this build, you probably could. It would be a little weird, but I just think overall having a burly body shape is just better, so I'm gonna go with burly. But by all means, if you want to do something else, I'm gonna just go with burly. You can do whatever, but burly's what I'm going with. The height. Now, if you want, you could probably go a little bit higher, still get the name. We don't get the pro dribble moves here, and I'm gonna keep it right at 6'3", which was default. You could drop it down a little bit and then probably just drop it right here and then get pro dribble moves off rip. I don't advise it, but we're gonna go 6'3", the typical point guard height in this game. Most of the play shots are around this height, so you're not gonna be too short on this build. Last year I think the height was 6'5", but the play shot height this year, they're trying to get that speed, so they're going low on the height. Now for our weight, you can do 2 different things. the first thing that you guys could do, if you're trying to guard ball, you're trying to be quick and stick with the defenders and have the most speed as you possibly can, you can minimize your weight. Now, if you get this build to 99 and you're running with somebody who has Hall of Fame floor general, you do have a 99 speed, that +4 from floor general and that +4 from when you hit 99. That'll get that right at a 99 speed. Or what you could do, you can max this out. You will still get a 94 speed, only 5 attributes lower, and we gain a lot of our interior defense. Let me actually see how much that would be. We get 11 more interior defense for just a little bit more speed. Now this is entirely up to you. You don't get a different name, you don't get anything. This is a choice for you to make. If you're making this build, you don't have to copy everything I do. If you can tweak around a couple of the attributes, like you can do that. Not every build is suitable for the same person. So if y'all just find a little bit different way, or you think you got a better way, hey, that's you, man. But I'm just gonna personally go with our weight max, just because I do think that we're still gonna be fine with our 90 speed, and we still have really high defense, and it's not gonna be that big of a deal with a 94 speed versus a 99. Now for our wingspan, we could minimize this. I don't believe you get the same name. I think you probably get a two-way sharpshooter name. You do get your pro drill moves earlier. Like I said, you're not really a true lockdown if you have little tiny arms. You could max this out, but you don't get the name. Again, for this name, you have to be at a very specific area. Right here, we're gonna go default wingspan, not too long and not too short, a good like happy medium, you know. We're about 80 inches long. It's not like a bad wingspan at all. And yeah, these are the takeovers we unlock. We get the playmaking takeover, the shot creating takeover, the sharpshooting takeover, and the lockdown takeover. Personally, I'm gonna go with the sharpshooting takeover, but if you want to be a menace on ball and you want to spam those passing lanes with lockdown takeover, you can literally spam square in the passing lane. You don't lose any takeover with all these takeovers you do. But if you're trying to go all in on the defense, you can go lockdown. But if you're trying to be an offensive demigod, maybe get some ankles. Who knows? You can do that because people will guard up, but I'm just gonna go with spot up shooter takeover. And as you guys can see, we have built a 3&D point. Now if you want to make this build at shooting guard, you do get the 3&D guard name. It's basically the same thing, just copy over the attributes, get a couple less badges. If you want that name, you prefer it, I mean, just go with that. But we got some nice shades. We get some shades of Kirk Heinrich, who's not really much of a lockdown. Drew Holiday and DeJounte Murray are definitely some lockdowns that would compare good to this build. Another build that I can kind of see when thinking of the 3&D point name, I definitely think of Chris Paul. There's a lot of 3&D point guards in the NBA, and if you want to be able to play on both sides of the ball, this is definitely the build for you. But right now, we are gonna hop right into our badges. If y'all don't like want to go see what I want to put on, you can dip out if you really want to. I just appreciate anybody watching. But hey, when you're down there, you're dipping out of the video, just wait a little bit, drop a like. It means a lot. You don't have to, but yeah. For our finishing, I'm gonna go with contact finisher, but if you're like a right stick demon, I would go with pro touch. Or you just want to be a little bit more well-rounded, you can go contact, you can go lob shit, you can go slithery. It's really up to you. I'm gonna just go with contact because I'm not a right stick demon like that. For our shooting, I'm gonna put on Hall of Fame range extender, hot zone hunter, catch and shoot, corner specialist, and bronze green machine. Now if you want to not be a spot up, once you get your pro dribble moves, you're not going to be shooting that many catch and shoot shots. We're going to take off corner, we're going to get catch and shoot only to bronze. This is where the fun can happen, bro. We have a lot more variety to work with. This is all you really need if you're going to be like a basic spot up. But hey man, we can be an ISO demigod with this build. If you're not a great shooter, you like mess up your bars and your releases and stuff, I would recommend putting on flexible release. It's definitely a very good badge if you're not the best at timing your jumpers, but I personally do not use it. I've got a LAN cable and I'm pretty consistent with my timing, but yeah, this build's gonna be fine with the green window. We're gonna have an 84 at 99 overall, and we're gonna green up. If you're just running with somebody bronze floor general or somebody you just make one shot, you're gonna have that pure green window at an 85 rating. And so yeah, this build's gonna be a demigod. But this is time for the ISO badges. I put on hot start, maybe silver green machine, bronze clutch shooter, and maybe we can put on corner, maybe volume. Maybe we could throw this on here, throw this on here, throw that on there. It's really up to you with this last badge, but I'm gonna just throw it on bronze volume shooter because when we're ISO, we're probably gonna shoot a decent amount of times. And the reason I have hot start on is it works wonders. If you hit your first shot with this build, trust me, if you hit your first shot, bro, you're gonna go absolutely crazy. Nobody's gonna be able to stop you in the park. So I recommend this badge setup here if you're gonna ISO. For our playmaking, what I would do, I would put on gold quick first step. I'll probably put on gold handles for days. Now with these last 4, you can really do whatever you'd like. Some people like to run bailout real high. I personally like to run bailout real high. I wouldn't prioritize it above floor general or dimer, but if you really want, you can kind of flip-flop these 3. Maybe you could throw it on pluckable. And if you're running with like a stretch or something, there's no need to run floor general or dimer. They're gonna be able to hit if they're at least decent, so you shouldn't have any need to put that on if you're running with like other shooter. But if you're running with like a spot up, like a perimeter lockdown or something, floor general and diamond definitely helps them out a lot. And I'm speaking from experience, not having the build, but I have a low shooting build, and that helps a lot. It makes a huge difference. But I'm gonna just throw on gold bailout and bronze unpluckable. For our defense, now we can guard technically every position with this build if you go max weight, but you're not going to be the best at guarding big men. So I'm just going to go with perimeter defense badges and maybe throw in a couple bronzes just to help, just in case we do get in that situation. So we're going to obviously start out with Hall of Fame clamps. I'm going to go with Intimidator Hall of Fame. Now the reason I'm doing this, we are going to be on mostly play shots on this build. I don't really like Intimidator in this game, but on a guard I feel like you're going to need it. On my other last build I made in a build vid, I did not go Intimidator, but that's because we had limited badges. If we have 20, we're definitely going to throw that on, but the effects of Intimidator are definitely not very good. But hey, it's always nice to throw on. You'll probably get some good animations every once in a while. But this is the best thing I like about this build. Hall of Fame Pick Dodger, Hall of Fame Pickpocket, and now we've got 4 more to work with. If you want to be like more of like a big man stopper, you can get Chase Down, Rebound, Bronze Rim Protector, and maybe Bronze Moving Truck, Bronze Post Move Lockdown, Bronze Interceptor. But if you're gonna go true on-ball demigod, only guarding the play shots, no switch, just fighting through all those screens, no size, no nothing, you can put this on probably tireless defender, because you're going to be running around a lot on this build, especially with those play shots who love their speed boost glitch. Bro, you're going to have some tough times, and you don't want to run out of stamina, because then you're just not that good of a defender anymore. You're just going to be slow and sluggish. This is the badge that I go with if you're guarding ball. But yeah, man, that's basically it for the badges. A good jump shot you could use, probably Curry, D Rose, D Wade, D-Lo, MJ, Kobe, any of those players. The reason I tell you guys these jumpers, if you just want to test out that build, that'd be a W, but you don't have to if you don't want. But yeah, man, we're basically going to wrap up the vid right here. If y'all are new to the channel and you enjoyed this content, make sure y'all drop a like and subscribe. Only if you enjoyed it, though. I don't want no fake subs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to have people who genuinely watch my content to be subscribed, you know? Yeah. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.